Yeah.
What is your like worst case scenario? Is it moving back to where you came from? Is it, you know what I mean? Because I know I live with this like, well, at the end of the day, I could always have to go back to Ohio. You know what I mean? Like I could be at Starbucks in Ohio making
Yeah. That's
lattes.
funny. No,
And
no, I was not going back.
yep.
I was not going
So that
back.
doesn't even exist in your head. It's
Doesn't
just
exist in
like
my head.
something's gonna work.
I'm going to make it. I'm going to figure it out. Listen, I moved to LA with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the worst case scenario is I've wasted 10 years of my life, but I'm going back to still having nothing. So I've been there before.
Yeah.
And then I realized, wait, it's not wasting 10 years. I actually learned from everything that I did, the good stuff and the bad stuff. So it made me a better business person, better person all around, smarter. You know, there was no worst case scenario. I was living the worst case scenario.
Yeah. And I also like because I had a rough spot, you know, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I found that not only is that around when I came up with the idea to start this podcast, which has helped me out a lot, but that's when I really dug deep into books and different things that really helped starting to build back up those instincts that I already had that had gotten kind of wrecked. Did you have any of that stuff? Was there anything that kind of you found in that time that helped you get out of the pit?
I was, first of all, I was always the guy that had all the how to become a CEO book, right?
Yeah.
How to, just all those books were definitely in my room.
Yeah.
You know, it was in my life, every time I was knocked down, it was more about how I bounced back than worrying about what knocked me down and what I learned from that. And I still today, you know, I learn something new every day. If it's in real estate, if it's in another deal, if it's just in life. And, you know, I look at everything as a learning experience, not take it more than that. And every mistake that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You learn mistakes are fine. Mistakes make you who you are. They make you better at what you do.
Yep.
And so I got into real estate, and it's funny because I walked up and down those same streets where all my mortgage companies were that I met with the first time when I interviewed. None of them existed, but now there were a couple real estate companies that were still there that had been around forever.
And what year are we in here?
And this is 2009.
Got it.
And I met with all the companies, and I decided to go with the company that had the best real estate agents at that company. Because I was always, look, I'm an athlete, right? Mm-hmm. And I always felt that, you know, in sports, if you play someone who's better than you, you rise to the occasion, right? So I said, all right, I would rather be the worst at the best company than the best at the worst company. If I surround myself with all these hitters in real estate, I'm going to rise to their level.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Good idea, man. I mean, a lot of people are like, get intimidated by that or want to be the star at the little, you know, big fish, little pond. That's good. And so that's what happened.
Well, so that's what happened. I joined the company. First 6 months, I sold zero. And it was super frustrating. I was just telling somebody this the other day. I remember it. I mean, you know, door knocking nonstop up and down the Hollywood Hills, you know, cold calling, letting everybody know what I do. And no deal was coming together. And, you know, we needed a paycheck like we needed air at this point. Yeah. You know, and we finally got our first deal done. And I got the deal from sitting another person's open house because I didn't have any listings. And I went up to this guy in my company and I said, hey, my name's Josh Altman. You don't know me. I'm new here. If there's any open houses that you don't want to do or that you've had on the market for a year that won't sell, I'm your guy. Yeah. Let me know. If you need me to pick up your dry cleaning, cool. You want me to get you coffee? Cool. No, you know, no ego. I mean, I was beaten down by that point.
Yeah.
He let me sit one of his open houses. This buyer walked in, said, I don't like this house, but you have anything else? A couple months later, I finally sold my first deal. It was a $1.6 million piece of land in the Hollywood Hills. Got that paycheck, and just it all changed from there. And now, you know, a decade later, $3 billion worth of real estate sold. It's been a crazy ride. Yeah. Crazy.
Guys, if you like that and you want to see more like it, as well as vlogs, other web series, and all the random stuff that I'm doing here on YouTube, don't forget to click that subscribe button. You won't regret it. I promise.